Hey guys, Jason here with Quantum Courses, and in this tutorial, we'll be going over 12 ways to optimize your Merch by Amazon product listings. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so you'll get notified each time I release a new tutorial. As you know, Amazon is the leading global marketplace for online products. With so many users already familiar with the Amazon marketplace, it's no surprise that products listed on Merch by Amazon would also benefit from the traffic as well. But in order to stand out from the competition, you'll need to optimize your product listings. In this video, we'll go over 12 different ways you can optimize your Merch by Amazon listings to increase your ranking, traffic, and your sales. Optimizing your listings will include performing keyword research, editing your designs, setting the best prices, language translations, and much more. If you haven't joined Merch by Amazon yet and you need help applying, you can click the YouTube card at the top right of the screen to check out my tutorial on the invitation request process. Also, if you need help downloading templates, formatting, or uploading your designs to Merch by Amazon, check out my video tutorial walking you through the entire process by clicking this YouTube card. And of course, you can view these and other helpful tutorial videos by going to my YouTube page. I've already created a new design to upload to my Merch by Amazon products, so let's get started by logging into Merch by Amazon and head over to the Create tab. Here's where you can upload your designs and create your product listings for Merch by Amazon. So let's upload my design to the standard t-shirt. To do this, let's click on the t-shirt image where it says Upload Artwork. You can then find your design and open it up. Your design will then be added to all products with the same dimensions. I currently only have the standard t-shirt and long sleeve shirt selected, so let's click on the Edit Details button under the standard t-shirt to get a closer view. Now that we have a better view of my design, we can discuss our first optimization tip. Guys, fix your designs. If you take a look at my design here, not only is it too small, but also not centered correctly on the t-shirt. I've seen a lot of product listings where designs are too big, too small, or not properly aligned. I know it can be a hassle, but don't be lazy and open your editor back up and make the proper corrections. The size and location of your design can mean the difference between no sales and a bestseller. So now that I've made corrections to my design, let's head back over to Merch by Amazon and update my image. To change your design, simply click on the image on the t-shirt here, then open up your new design. There we go. My design is now much larger and properly aligned. If you're uploading your design to multiple products, make sure you do this for each one. Speaking of multiple products, let's go over how to add more products and select countries for your product listing. If you look up at the top right of the page, you'll see a button that says Select Products. Go ahead and click that now. So this brings us to our next tip. When selecting your products and your countries, make sure you select the options most likely to perform well for the design that you're uploading. You could click here to select all countries and products, but most people aren't at the tier level yet to add them all. So you have to be strategic with your selections. Keep in mind your current tier and available daily uploads. If you can only upload, let's say 10 products per day, you want to select the products and countries that will likely perform best for your particular design or niche. For example, if I created a design that said American made with an American flag image, I would probably choose the US as my country for my 10 products. If your design works well with multiple countries and products, select the best ones based on your previous sales history. T-shirts and hoodies seem to sell best for me, so I would make sure to always include these in my product selections. So take some time and go ahead and select the best products and countries for your design. For my design, I think I'm gonna go with all the products in the United States and Japan. Once you've made your selections, go ahead and go down to the bottom and click on the Continue button. As you can see, now that I've made my product selections, all the products that were previously grayed out are now available for me to edit or upload my design to. Your design will automatically be added to all the products with the same dimensions, but now I'm also gonna upload my design with the correct dimensions to the hoodies, the pop sockets, phone cases, throw pillows, and the tote bags. If you need help exporting your designs with the proper dimensions for each product, you can go to merch.amazon.com/resource to view all the proper dimensions and download the product templates. Now that my design has been added to all of my products, we can now move on to the next tip, which is to choose the correct fit types and select the right colors for your design. Let's start by clicking the Edit Details button under the standard t-shirt. For your clothing, the fit types you can select from are men, women, and youth. Some designs you create may be made specifically for men, women, or children, so keep this in mind when selecting your fit types. And of course, if your design contains any adult content, don't include the youth option. Several of the products on Merch by Amazon will also allow you to select your colors. The standard t-shirt has a ton of colors to choose from, but other products may not have as many. When selecting the colors for your product, make sure your colors complement your design. You want your design to be clearly visible on your product and not just blend into the background. For instance, if your design is white or your text is white, it may be hard to read on a white t-shirt. So take your time and go through each color and select the ones that best complement your design. You should also check out the additional colors down here that may not be available in Japan, but your US customers may love. So now that we've selected our fit types and our colors, we can now move on to our next tip, which is how to properly set your product prices. Underneath your colors, you'll see a section where you can enter the list prices for all the countries that you have selected. Simply type in your list price and you'll see your estimated royalty payment on the right hand side here. But when setting your prices, how do you know if you're setting your price too high or too low? A great way to find out the best price for your products is to simply check the competition. If you head over to the Amazon website and search for similar products in your niche, you can see exactly what the best-selling products are selling for. If I search for funny science t-shirt, I can see the prices for all the top products related to my design. Judging from the products on this front page here, it looks like the products related to my design range from around $13 to around $19.99. If you're a new Merch by Amazon seller and simply trying to tier up your account, you might want to price your product near the low end of the range. But for my product, I think I'll go towards the high end of the range, but a little bit lower than the top price. Let's set mine at $18.99, which gives me a royalty payment of $4.48 per sale. And since I have Japan selected, I can also change the price for that marketplace as well. Personally, I typically leave the default prices for foreign markets simply because I'm not familiar with the currency, I have no idea what I'm changing it to, and no idea what my estimated royalty payment will be. But if you're familiar with conversion rates, feel free to search the prices on foreign markets as well. So now that I've set the options for my standard t-shirt, I want to go through the same process for every product that I have enabled. This may seem a little tedious, but you want to do what's best for your brand. Make sure you select your fit types or other options, select your colors when available, and set your list prices. So now that you've optimized all of your products, we can now scroll down to the product details section. Here's where you can enter the product details for each marketplace that you selected. For my design, I currently have the United States marketplace and the Japanese marketplace selected. Filling out your product details will include creating a design title, coming up with your brand name, writing your key product features, and your product description. But in order to fully optimize the product details for your design, you're gonna need to do some keyword research. So the next tip we're gonna discuss is how to create your keyword list. So let's go over to Google Docs and create a new document for our keyword list. As we use different methods to research keywords for our design, you want to add them to your keyword list so you can have them when editing your product details. So now that I have a document to keep track of my keywords, let's head back over to Amazon and go over the first method to research keywords for your product listing. If you start typing your main keywords in the search bar on the Amazon website, you'll see a list appear of keyword phrases that people are actually searching for on Amazon. For example, if I type in funny science, I'll get results like funny science t-shirts for men, funny science gifts, funny science teacher gifts, and multiple other keyword phrases that might be good to add to my keyword list. When searching, make sure you search for different keyword combinations to see what comes up. If I type in science geek for instance, I'll get a totally new list of phrases that might be good for my keyword list. So now that I have good keywords from the Amazon search bar, let's go over the next method to research keywords. The second method we're going to go over is to actually analyze the top selling products in your niche. If they're the top selling products, they probably have some good keywords. So as an example, let's search for Science Geek t-shirt. You can then browse through the top results to see which ones best match the design that you're creating. But for the sake of time, let's just check out this first product here. Since I'm creating a design for the science niche, and this is one of the top selling products in the science niche, I want to analyze this product listing and look for good keywords in the brand name, the title, the bullet points, and the description. Once you have the best keywords related to your design, go ahead and add them to your keyword list. Keywords are one of the most important things to get found on Merch by Amazon. So I'm going to show you one more secret method to research keywords that customers are actually searching for right now. If you head over to scientificseller.com, you can access a free keyword research tool that actually shows you Amazon buyer keywords. These are keywords that Amazon buyers are actually searching for on the marketplace. Simply go to the search box here and type in your keywords, one per line. Once you're finished, go down and click on the Start My Keyword Search button. The app will then start pulling in all the buyer keyword results related to the keywords that you're searching for. If we take a look at our results, you can see that we have our stuff words on the left-hand side and our Amazon buyer keywords on our right-hand side. The stuff words will always be single keywords, while the Amazon buyer keywords can include both keywords and keyword phrases. Since these are keywords that Amazon buyers are actually searching for, these are some of the best keywords that you can use for your product listing. So take some time, maybe do a few searches, then add the best keywords and keyword phrases to your keyword list. So now that we have some good keywords and keyword phrases to use for our product listing, let's head back over to Merch by Amazon and fill in our product details. So our sixth Merch by Amazon optimization tip is to optimize your design title. As you can see, both your design title and your brand name are required to publish your products to Merch by Amazon. When creating your design title, remember that Amazon will automatically put the product type at the end of your title. For example, if you make a design title called Funny Cat, Amazon will automatically add Funny Cat t-shirt to the t-shirt product listing. So when filling out your title, and other product details for that matter, don't mention any product types. And also, your design title has to have a minimum of 3 characters and a maximum of 60 characters. So let's come up with a title for my design. Since my design contains relevant text, I usually start with the text that's on my actual design. So I'm gonna start with, be like a proton and stay positive. I can then use my keyword list to find the most relevant keyword or keyword phrase that people might actually search for to find my design. So my design title now reads, be a proton and stay positive, Funny Science Geek. If I type in Funny Science Geek t-shirt or Funny Science Geek hoodie, for example, you'll see this message appear from Amazon here recommending against it. So let's remove the product type, and I now have a title for my design. So let's move on to the 7th tip, which is how to optimize your brand name. A brand name for your design is required. It can have a maximum of 60 characters and must have a minimum of 3 characters. All of your designs that you upload to Merch by Amazon with the same brand name can be all grouped together. So if you're creating multiple designs for the same niche, you might want to use the same brand name for each design. When creating your brand name, you want to be strategic. If your brand name is related to your niche, shoppers are more likely to click on your listing. A great way to come up with a good brand name is to use some of the keywords in your keyword list. So the brand name for my science niche is going to be Quantum Science Geek Gifts. I'm actually using the main keyword science and geek in both the title and the brand name. You want to make sure to have your main keyword in multiple areas of your product listing in order to increase your SEO. On Merch by Amazon, your design title and your brand name are actually the only fields that are required. But since our goal is to optimize our listing, let's move on to our 8th tip, which is to optimize your product feature bullet points. You have 2 feature bullet point areas where you can add text with a maximum of 256 characters each. Don't include any information about the product itself, such as the fabric type or the wash instructions. You want to focus on details about your actual design, such as what it is, who it's made for, how it was made, and any other information you think might be relevant to anyone interested in buying this type of design. When writing your bullet points, make sure you have your keyword list handy and use your keywords to write complete, easy to understand sentences. You don't want to keyword stuff by just simply throwing in keywords randomly. You only have 256 characters for each bullet point, so make sure you're using your top keywords. So let's check out my bullet points and see how I use the keywords to describe my product. My first bullet point reads, "Are you a science geek that loves to stay positive? Well, this Be a Proton, Stay Positive, Funny Science Geek design is for you. This stylish nerd geek gift goes great with your science kit. Great for anyone who loves weird science or joke gifts." My second bullet point reads, "Makes an ideal funny science gift for science teachers, stylish geeky nerds, and those that love proton positivity. Great for chemistry, biology, biomedical, and other science geeks." As you can see, my bullet points are written in complete sentences and include many of the top keywords from my keyword list. When filling out your bullet points, try to use as many of the 256 characters as you can, and include as many of the top keywords as you can while using complete sentences that actually make sense. So now that I've filled out my bullet points, we can now move on to our next tip, which is to optimize your product description. Your product description must have a minimum of 75 characters and a maximum of 2,000 characters. With much more space than your bullet points, your product description is a great place to add tons of keywords and long-tail keyword phrases from your keyword list. You can also add text about any related topics and terms customers may search for when trying to find products like yours. You can include common search phrases like "makes a great birthday gift" or "perfect gift for Mother's Day," depending on your particular design. Make sure you're taking advantage of the space that's available in your product description and include any details interested buyers may be searching for. So let's check out my description for my example science design. My product description reads, "The Be a Proton, Stay Positive, Funny Science Geek design goes great with your science kit. If you're looking for original science gifts, cool science apparel, or weird science stuff, then this cool funny science design is what you need. Whether you're a science student, chemistry teacher, biology nerd, or simply enjoy the mystery of science, then you'll love this design. Impress your nerd friends with the Be a Proton, Stay Positive, Funny Science Geek design from Quantum Science Geek Gifts." As you can see, I filled my description with keywords without keyword stuffing. All of my sentences, at least somewhat, make sense. So now we have our design title, our brand name, our bullet points, and our product description in English. But what if you selected other marketplaces with different languages? This brings us to our next tip, which is to translate your product details for other marketplaces. For my example design, I have the US marketplace selected, which is English, and the Japanese marketplace selected. But if you look beside my Japanese option here, you'll see this little warning icon. This is a notification from Amazon saying to add all product details in each marketplace's language. They also state that localized translations for each marketplace are the most successful. So in order to start ranking in other countries, let's go over how to translate our product details. If we click the Japanese drop-down here, we can see that we have the same product detail fields that we had in the US marketplace. But how in the world are we going to fill this out in Japanese? To translate my product details into Japanese and any other language, I like to use Google Translate. Simply go to Google and search for Google Translate or Google Translations. At the top of the search results, you should see the Google Translation tool. We'll be pasting in our English text in the box on the left, but on the box on the right, let's click the drop-down menu here and find the language we want to translate to. For my listing, I want to select Japanese. So now that I've selected my language, let's head back over to my Merch by Amazon account and copy the English version of my design title. We can then head back over to the Google Translate tool and paste our text into the box on the left. The tool should automatically detect the language in English and translate it over to Japanese. I can then copy the Japanese text, head back over to my Merch by Amazon account, and paste it into the design title for my Japanese marketplace. I will then go through the same process for my brand name, my bullet points, and my product description. And voila! I now have my product details filled out for the Japanese marketplace. As far as grammar and punctuation goes, I have no idea. But it's the best we've got, and it seems to work for me. Remember to go through this same process for each marketplace that you select to add your products to. So now that we've gone through all that work of filling out our product details and translating our text, we can now move on to the next tip, which is to save your default settings. In order to save tons of time when creating designs for the same niche, you can click here to save your published settings and save your product selections, your marketplaces, and your product details, including the translations. If I was planning to upload 10 different science designs this month, for example, I can save my published settings, which will save me a ton of time when filling out my product details for my next upload. But remember that each time you save your published settings, it will replace any previous settings that you may have had. So now that we have a fully optimized listing, let's look at the bottom right hand side and click on Publish. You can then confirm your products, and your products will be sent to Amazon for review. You can check the status of your products by going to the Merch by Amazon Manage page. Once your product is published, it'll say Live in the status column here. So let's check out the product listing for the science design that I just created. So here's my new Be Like a Proton and Stay Positive science design. We have my optimized brand name, my design title, my bullet points, and my description. From the Products Manage page, you can also view your products on all the other marketplaces as well. Let's check out my product listing for the Japanese marketplace. So here's my new design on Amazon.co.jp, which is the Japanese marketplace. As you can see, all of my text has been translated, so it should rank well in the search results. Now that my new design is published, let's head back over to the Manage page and go over our final tip. If you have old designs that you've uploaded to Merch by Amazon, or you've recently tiered up, make sure you go back and edit your existing designs. You can easily find previous designs by using the search bar at the top of the Manage Products page. You can then click the icon here beside the product you want to update, then click on Edit. If you've tiered up, you may have access to even more products and more marketplaces. If you have designs that are getting sales, go ahead and add them to new marketplaces and new products. If customers like your design on a t-shirt, they'll probably like it on a hoodie as well. Also, if you have designs that aren't selling well, you can try editing the product details by adding new keywords and updating the text. Use some of the keyword research methods we went over earlier in the video and see if it helps your sales. So those are the 12 tips to optimize your Merch by Amazon product listings. But before we sign off, I wanted to give you one more bonus tip, which is to create designs that people will actually want to buy. If you're looking for a quick and easy way to create designs for your products, make sure you check out Canva Pro. With Canva Pro, you can access tons of t-shirt design templates that you can use for your designs. When you sign up using the link in the video description, not only will you get access to the t-shirt design templates, but also tons of royalty-free images that you can use for your designs, professional text templates, and even the background remover tool that allows you to remove the background from any image. With Canva Pro, you can easily make your image larger and download your design with a transparent background. Canva Pro is a must-have for print-on-demand sellers. To try Canva Pro free for 30 days, make sure you click the link in the video description. So that was 12 ways, actually 13 ways, to optimize your Merch by Amazon product listings. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.